Right, this is a video I've been meaning to make for a while now. I'm going to show you how I make soup. I'm using all veg that I found in the back of the cupboard. So some of this veg, the carrots especially, have been in the back of the cupboard for about 2 months, I would think. Same with the potatoes. They'd got sprouts on them, but never throw anything like this away. And the garlic's starting to go a bit soft. But like I said, never throw anything away. You can make soup with stuff. As long as there's no green or white mould on anything, or there's rot, black rot on anything, you're perfectly fine. In fact, you can even cut those bits of black rot out and still use what's left of the veg. So yeah, let's get on with the video. Okay, that's all the garlic that I could rescue from the 2 cloves. But it's enough. But you don't have to put garlic in if you don't want. But that garlic was in the cupboard for about 4 or 5 months, so no wonder most of it was rotten. That's the carrots prepared now, and that's the potatoes cut up. Now on to the next stage. You don't have to have this amount of potatoes, but I just use what I've got in the cupboard, obviously. Now you will need a big soup pot, and this is a 5 litre. And I know it's 5 litre because it's got it written in a scale on the side. There's 4 litre, 3 litre, 2 litre, 1 litre. So it's on the side there, okay, with a lid. Right, what I'm going to do, I'm going to put 2 litres of water in to start with. What I've done, I've boiled a kettle full of water, so just to get the water temperature up, so it'll speed the process up a bit. So my kettle's not quite 2 litres, so we'll fill it up to about the 1.5 litre level for now. So I'll put the potatoes in now. Okay, that's all the potatoes in for now, and you don't have to put so many potatoes in. It's just that I'm putting in whatever I've got in the cupboards really, so that's all the potatoes used up now. So next thing, I'll put the carrots in. That's all the carrots in now. Just put the garlic in. I'm just putting it in all because I'm going to blitz it later on. That's puree, so it'll get broken down. So that's potatoes, carrots, garlic. You can use other veg if you want, if you got it, but that's what I've got. So that's what I'm using. Right, we'll get things boiling now. I'm going to throw in a couple of tins of tomatoes. That's peel plum tomatoes. So I'm going to put those 2 in. They're from the stock cupboard. What I'll do, I'll rinse the insides out with a little bit of water. I'm also going to put in a cheap tin of baked beans. That's just an own brand. 1 full tin. The sauce in the baked beans all adds to the flavour. You can use whatever beans you want. There are other tins of beans that you can use. But baked beans are quite cheap if you get the own brands. There you go. Right, give it a quick stir. Just get everything nicely mixed up. Put the lid on it for a little while. Right, now for the magic. Now you don't have to put in chicken stock cubes, you can just use veg stock cubes if you want, if you're a vegetarian or a vegan. But I'm going to use these stock cubes up because they've been in the store cupboard now for a while, so I'm going to use them up. Now I've worked out it's 1 stock cube per ½ litre of water. So for 5 litres that's going to be 10 stock cubes. But what I'm going to do, I'm going to put 6 in to start with to see what it's like, and then gradually work my way up to the 10 maximum to see what the taste's like. Now these stock cubes are quite solid, so what I do, I just unwrap them, put them in like that, because they'll slowly dissolve. and you're stirring it up all the time anyway, soup, so you should always stir soup, keep stirring it really from time to time. So yeah, I'll put 6 stock cubes in there. Now these are a different type of stock cube. These are dry. You crumble these. So what I do, I've got a technique where I don't unwrap them. I think I've probably broken the wrapper though. What you can do, you can crush them inside the wrapper. So it makes it easier to crush them, you see. But don't get any of the foil in the soup, because you don't want to be eating that. So I've put 3 of them in as well. So that's 3 veg and 3 chicken. See, this one's worked. I've got it into like a little packet, and you just crush it up in the pack. But sometimes the foil bursts, but this one's worked this time. So crush it up in there and then just pour it out. There you go. That way it doesn't stick to your fingers then. Okay, I'll just check the taste for the stock, see if it's okay. Well, what I'm going to do, I'm going to fill it up to the 5 litre mark, which is just there, and then I'll put 2 more in, and I think that should be enough. I almost forgot the onions. I bet you were thinking there, what's they done with the onions? Put them in as well, I forgot them. When you're stirring soup, make sure you get right to the bottom, because that's where it sticks and it can burn and ruin the taste of your soup if you're not careful. So you must always stir. I'm going to get a better spoon than that, bigger one. Right, I've just topped it up to 5 litres, so we'll let it simmer away now for about, I'd say about 40 minutes. But in the meantime, we're going to put the flavourings in now, the stuff that makes it taste good. Curry powder, I've got some of that left, so I'm going to use all that in this soup. Like I said, just use what you've got. Give it a stir now. I'm using a spatula. It's quite good because you can keep the bottom of the pan clean. You can get right down there and scrape it if anything sticks down there. Yeah, a lot of people make the mistake of leaving soup. You should never leave soup really. You should always be stirring it. That's why at one time you got cooks stood at the cooker all the time, stirring stuff, just to stop it burning. Yeah, so that's a Madras curry powder. And at this stage you can start tasting, see what it needs. That's already starting to taste good. It's nice and mild, it's not too hot. But I quite like putting chilli in soup, it's quite nice. I'm going to put in a little bit of garam masala powder as well. So I just sprinkle it on. Just do it to taste, don't put too much in at a time. Maybe equivalent of 3 teaspoons maybe. Yeah, and keep tasting. Yeah, that's starting to become really nice now. Nice flavour that. I can't remember, but I put 2 more stock cubes in, so there's 8 stock cubes in altogether. 4 chicken, 4 veg. But you can use all veg if you want, or all chicken if you like. I'm going to add a few of these garlic granules, because I quite like garlic, you see. Not too much. Just a dusting. That'll do. The next thing I'll be adding is mango chutney. This is a sort of cheap brand as well. But it's good. It tastes as good as the more expensive varieties. I usually add about 3 dessert spoons to start with. Sometimes it needs more. But we'll see what it tastes like once we've stirred it up and given it a test. I've just tasted it, so I reckon it needs another 1. Yeah, we'll just put 1 in. I was going to put 2 in then, but I'll just put 1 in, see what that tastes like. So yeah, after tasting it, I've decided to put 5 dessert spoons of mango chutney in it. Give it a nice taste. It's like a nice mild fruity curry kind of taste, but made with vegetables. I think what I'm going to do as well, I'm going to have a look through my freezer, see if there's any packets of frozen veg that are almost empty, and put them in as well. I'll see what I can find. So yeah, I found these sliced mixed peppers. So I've got about half a bag, so I'm not going to put them all in, but I'm going to put some of those in, because peppers in a soup's nice, especially this kind of soup. So about a quarter of that, maybe a little bit more. There we go. Stir it in there. I've also found some peas, so we'll put a few of them in as well, garden peas. You got to remember that this is 5 litres, so it's quite a lot of soup. So this will last more than a week, I would think. Depends on what kind of serving you give yourself. It's amazing what you find at the bottom of your freezer. So I found these sliced mushrooms, so I'll put a few of them in as well. You don't want to overfill the pot though. I think that'll do. Stir, stir, stir. Always remember that with soup. And get the bottom. And I'll keep going on about that, but that's important. That's to stop you burning it. As with most cooking on a hob, you're better off not leaving it, because there's always that fire risk as well. It's getting nice and thick now, this soup. Now as I've put in frozen veg, it's brought the temperature down, so I'm going to turn the temperature back up a bit and get it boiling again, well, get it simmering again. Now I've tasted it again, and for me I need a little bit of salt, but you don't have to put this in if you don't want to. I'm just going to add a very little at a time and get it to my taste then. It's just a little sprinkling, light sprinkling. Right, that's the salt correct for my taste. Now some ground black pepper. Don't be mean with the ingredients, but don't overdo it. Keep stirring. Feel the bottom of the pan as well for anything stuck down there. But at the minute it seems okay. But I have turned the heat up, so I'm going to have to be careful I don't burn it. Once it starts simmering again, I'll turn the heat back down. Right, I can feel it sticking now, so I'm going to turn the heat back down and just keep stirring. Now I can taste a slight bitterness, which I'm going to correct by using a little bit of demerara sugar. A very little bit. You don't have to do this if you don't like sugar, but I just want to take that to a better taste for me. You can do it with more mango chutney as well if you like. That'll sweeten it up. But mango chutney has a kind of sour taste with it. But mango chutney is very good to sweeten up a soup or a curry or anything like that. A taste test. Now I've put the sugar in. Yeah, that's perfect for me. Excellent. Right, now if you're going to blitz soup and you want to keep some of the lumps in it, take some of the veg out, you can do it this way. You can strain it through a colander like this. Just take as much veg out as you want and put it into a bowl, and then blitz what's in the pan then with a hand blender. Right, I'll start blending it now. Okay, that's it blended now. Right, I'll add the veg in now that I separated. That way we've got a nice chunky soup then. One final taste test now, because it sometimes changes the flavour when you blend it. That's very nice, yeah, very nice. I'll enjoy that with some slices of bread. I'll give that another 15-20 minutes to simmer away. It should be perfect then. And remember to keep stirring. Make sure it doesn't stick to the bottom of the pan. And that's homemade soup, made from bits and pieces I had lying around in the cupboard. Right, I hope you enjoyed that. Like and subscribe if you did. And I'll see what other videos I can come up with. Bye for now.